Hi, I'm Ross Enamait from rosstraining.com. What I'm going to do in this brief video is film an update to a tutorial that I filmed a few months ago. Okay, the tutorial that I'm referring to is the one where I showed how you could use this very simple piece of equipment to add weight and effectively target the backside. Okay, as I mentioned previously, this is one of the better tools that I've used for direct work for the hamstrings. Now, when I showed this particular piece of equipment, I also demonstrated how you could use an inexpensive furniture slider for a body weight only option, okay, either with one leg or two. The progression from here was to add weight with a piece of equipment like this. Now, since I filmed that original tutorial, I've had a lot of questions come into me from people looking for additional options to add resistance without building something like this, okay? Maybe they don't have the necessary tools to put something like that together, or they don't have the free weights that you would need to add to this to get to the resistance that you need. Okay, so if you're in that position, another option for you to consider is to simply use a resistance band. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, now before I demonstrate the resistance band, I think it's worth a reminder that these inexpensive furniture sliders will often offer more than enough resistance on their own. Okay, that's particularly true when you work with a single leg variation, okay, a variation that I demonstrated previously when I showed you this piece of equipment here, okay. But again though, when you are looking for additional resistance, the band does make a viable option. Now in this case here, I'm actually working with a pallet band. This is a high tension pallet band, okay, so it's not even a true resistance band intended for exercise. The pallet bands are not as high in quality as some of your higher end resistance bands, but it does offer more than enough resistance for movements such as this, okay, and they're also a lot less expensive. So all that I've done here is I've slip knot my pallet band to a rope here just to allow me to work away from the wall. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just take the band and make a small loop at the end of the band where my feet will fit through for this exercise. The reason I do that is just to prevent the band from slipping off my feet as I perform the exercise. Okay, I have a smaller opening here now, so both feet will fit in there snugly, which will allow me to perform the exercise again without any risk of having the band snapping off of my feet. Okay, so when you go to perform the exercise, all that you're going to do is attach the band to your feet and then back yourself away from the wall until you've achieved adequate resistance. Clearly, as you work further and further from the wall, tension on the band will increase, which will make the exercise more difficult. Now, this variation here is also something that you could work with a single leg, okay? And if that wasn't enough, you can also work with a more high tension band, okay? So this is a movement that you'll never outgrow, okay? These sliders cost a few dollars. The pallet band costs a few dollars. So here you have as inexpensive an exercise as you'll find, and it also happens to be one of the better movements that you will find for the backside, okay? If this is something that you haven't performed before, your hamstrings will probably be telling you something the next day, okay? You can expect a good amount of soreness if this is something that is new to you. So again, if you have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to shoot me an email at ross@rosstraining.com.